We are so used to seeing Yoshinobu Yamamoto with just impeccable command out there on the mound, and he admitted that he didn't have his best stuff tonight. Oral, you look at all season long, he'd been pitching on 6 days rest. This is the first time this year on 5 days rest. Did that have anything to do with his stuff or his command tonight?
I didn't think so. I didn't think he got fatigued. I didn't think all of a sudden he lost command because all of a sudden it was a 1 day rest different. He just kind of overthrew some pitches, missed the target. This is a guy, he's got a 1.8 ERA. He's got 4 wins. He's a winning pitcher right now. He's probably going to make the all-star team. You're going to have bad outings. The big leagues is a tough league. And I'll tell you, it's very edgy, the difference between good and great, and it's very edgy between you lost a tough game and you won a tough game. So I don't worry about this guy at all. If we just said he's going to have a 1.8 and have 4 wins, and the Dodgers, when he's in the game, have averaged about 2 runs for him, and he's still winning games, this guy's having a great year.
He's going to go back and look at the video, and it was really one bad inning, really just a couple bad pitches. Okay, now I would question the walk, the 3-2 breaking ball, that leadoff walk. I would have loved him to at least throw the fastball, or maybe the split to make it look like a fastball, maybe get him a chase. He throws a breaking ball, leadoff walk. Then a couple pitches later, rocket up the middle. Great play by Mookie Betts to knock it down, try to turn a double play, first and second. 0-2, breaking ball, and then before you know it, grand slam. That's how quickly things can turn in the big league. So he was, before the inning, was on cruise control, just one bad inning. Listen, he's going to be just fine. He has been dominant to start. I expect him to bounce back in a big way next outing.
Michael, we're seeing obviously the hard hit balls and just kind of honestly feels like probably just a bit unlucky. I guess kind of how are you just feeling offensively at the plate, and kind of the frustrations are hopefully, even though obviously honestly probably building up just a bit?
Yeah, I'm definitely frustrated. Happy with a couple hard hit balls today. Frustrated about being in a situation to keep a rally going and not being able to beat that ball out. It's frustrating, makes me sick. I just got to keep going. Been working hard, and a lot of it's I'm putting together better at bats and hitting the ball hard, and just got to keep going out there and just keep focusing on that, and hopefully find some holes and start rolling.
Does it feel close to where you kind of want it to be, just in terms of especially the hard contact and everything that's sort of coming out of it?
Yeah. 2 balls today hit well, and I wouldn't change anything about those swings. So I definitely feel better about the swings for sure.
What are some of the things in the swing that you've been kind of working on here the last few weeks?
Just being more consistent, getting the barrel of the ball, and being on the heater, being able to drive the ball. Just being a tougher out.
You take solace from some of those at-bats tonight, or is it just more frustrating that you hit the ball that way and that they don't drop in?
Yeah, I definitely, I'm trying to focus on what I can control, and hitting the ball hard is one of those things, and I try to take that home with me and build off of that. And but like I said, just frustrated to not come through in the 8th.
You played in this division the last couple of years, and it's still pretty early in the season, but how kind of deep and competitive can the NL West be, just from your experience?
I think the records show that there's a lot of great teams in this division. It's going to be very competitive all year, all the way down to the end, and just a lot of good players in this division. So we got to bring our A game, take advantage of every opportunity.
As the old saying goes, if not for bad luck, Michael Conforto wouldn't have any luck at all right now. Jerry, you heard him right there. He says he's frustrated, not able to come through in the 8th inning. The guy says he feels sick about the way things have been going for him. You feel for a guy like that?
Listen, we have all been there. I don't care if you're Cal Ripken Jr., Ken Griffey Jr., if you're a great player or the 25th, 26th man on the roster, you have gone through, a month or a couple weeks where it's just not going your way. Now, what I did love about his at-bats today, he addressed it. He hit 3 balls hard. 2 are absolute rockets, and I really believe that double play ball, he hit that extremely well. This ball is driven to center field. Outstanding job putting great wood on the ball. Unfortunately, it didn't hit the wall or go out. That ball, you can't hit a ball harder than that. Right at the second baseman here. This ball is hit hard as well. Marte makes a great play. 4-6-3 double play. The one thing I will suggest, this is old school thinking. I'm telling you, old school thinking works. I've been in a similar situation. Now, I didn't have his at-bats like every single day, but I remember talking to my dad. Dad, I'm hitting the ball hard. But right at people, he would say, change your angles. Don't change your swing, you change your angles. What he means by that, either back up in the batter's box, so instead of hitting the ball hard right at the second baseman, maybe because he backed up, he hits it in between the first and second baseman. That's a real thing. Change your angles or move up on the plate. Doing little things without changing your swing can make a dramatic difference. I got it red hot. My brother Scott did it a lot in his career. Nomar Garciaparra talked about it a lot. I told him this, because Joe, I used to do it all the time. When I would line out to the third baseman shortstop, I would stoop back on the box or move forward depending on how it felt. And those balls, psychologically saying, I'm not changing my swing at all, but now I have more confidence when I catch it, it's in between the third baseman and shortstop and it's starting to find holes. Maybe he needs to do that, not change your swing, because his swing tonight looked really, really good.
Yeah, that's a timing issue too, right? You don't want to have to change your timing. You're seeing the ball well, you're on it, so you don't want to change timing, just change your angles. But the thing is, the big leagues is a mental game, and especially as an everyday player, and especially as this gets drawn out. On the nights when you're really hot, the ball's an atom ball. On the nights when you're not seeing it, maybe you're pressing a little bit, you're swinging at balls and you're striking out. This is just a really bad rhythm. You can say to a veteran, well, I've been through it, I'll figure this out, but it still hurts every day, because this is something they want to do the rest of their life. They're going to miss it when they can no longer do it. So even though you know it's going to end, it still hurts really bad.
I grew up fortunate around the White Sox clubhouse. Robin Ventura said something that really stuck with me. If you start out slow like Mark Conforto, a lot of players have started out slow. The worst thing you can do is look at the scoreboard. You're hitting about $130. Then you start feeling like you're $130 or $150 hitter. Ignore the scoreboard, play a game within the game. You walk up to the ballpark, drive to the ballpark, I'm scoring 4 balls up. That's all I care about. I hit 4 balls hard. If I do that, I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. Play a game within the game. This game is so hard. Prince Philly used to always tell me, Jair, don't love this game. It'll kick you in your teeth. That's how hard this game is.
And that's where you talk about it being a mental game, Oral, because he looks right now and he says, my last 12 games, I'm 1 for 40. And so maybe the natural thing for a hitter is to figure out, do I need to change my swing? And if you do, then you can almost make things worse, because right now he is hitting the ball hard, and over those last 40 at-bats, he's hit a number of balls really hard, just not any luck.
You just can't chase it. You have to believe in your execution, and as a hitter, the execution is about hitting the ball hard, and that's all you can do. Yeah. And if you want to try and steer it, you try and steer it like Jerry said. Change your angles a little bit, but don't change your swing if you're hitting it hard.
Dave, when talking to Yoshinobu, he just kind of felt like he didn't really have his best stuff tonight. What were you seeing from him, and what do you think just really allowed them to get those 2 big swings?
Yeah, I echo that. I don't think he was as sharp as he has been. Even the 3-2 breaking ball to Pavin Smith, if he strikes that, I think it's a different inning, a different game. Gets count leverage on Suarez and hits him with the split to load the bases. And I honestly thought Moreno took a good swing on a 2-0 cutter, but was behind the count to go opposite way. Really good swing. And then the Marte homer I thought was a good pitch. It was down and in, maybe in off a little bit. But again, I think the story is he just wasn't completely sharp tonight.
You talked about it ahead of the game. Just obviously you knew that the Diamondbacks were going to find a way to battle and try to win this one. What does this just say kind of about this matchup and kind of what you expect from this series?
It's a good matchup. This is what we expected as far as kind of the back and forth, tight ball games, and you got to give credit to their defense tonight. I thought they really caught the baseball well. Certainly in the outfield, I thought we squared up a lot of baseballs and didn't get anything to show for it. So overall, I don't think the line score speaks to how well we swung the bats, but you got to give credit to those guys running them down out there. And also that double play ball off Conforto's bat was a heck of a play by Marte.
But Michael, do you feel like encouraged just the last couple of days with how hard the sort of contact has been?
I do. You know, he's taking good at bats. Certainly not getting a whole lot to show for it, but I think for me it's easy to bet on him because the head is still there, the work is still there, and so they're going to fall. It's going to turn as long as he keeps having those good at bats.
How close does he look to where he probably could be offensively?
I think he's right there. I really do. I hope he doesn't change anything as far as approach, mechanics. He'll be down tomorrow against Rodriguez, but he'll be in there the next couple. And I think he's swinging the bat well right now.
Can it take a toll when you are putting together good at-bats or hitting the ball hard and you're still not getting hits like he's had the last couple days?
It absolutely can. But I do think that his teammates, the coaches, myself are still supporting him, and I know he feels that. And he's just got to keep taking good at-bats, and they'll fall. But a guy that's been around for so long, I think he can handle this, 5 weeks of adversity.
One less day rest for Yoshinobu. Can we dismiss that as a non-factor?
I think so. I mean, he did it last year, and I don't recall what he did on 5 days rest. I still thought the stuff was good. There was a little bit of the split wasn't as sharp early, but after the grand slam, that was better. So I just don't think that it was any type of fatigue. Going in, I thought, and even coming in, I thought the stuff was still good. The fastball had life. The fastball had just missed a little bit tonight, just off the plate, a handful of times. But I don't think it had anything to do with the rest.
You notice if he did anything differently since he had obviously only the 5 days instead of 6 or something?
You know what, I'm sure there was a little bit of an adjustment for him, but I'm not too privy on exactly what he did with the days in between.
We talked about how tough this division could be. I mean, just like even the atmosphere tonight, can you kind of feel just kind of the intensity that you guys might face playing division teams?
Oh yeah, this was good. This was fun. You can see that their faithful was there, supporting, excited. Our guys travel well, and we were there, so it was a fun environment. It was a tight ball game. Then obviously the big hit by Moreno, but it was good to see us fight back. And again, I really thought we swung the bats much.
Hey, Dodgers Nation. It's Victor here with the latest Los Angeles Dodgers news, and today we're diving into a potential blockbuster trade that could completely shake up the Dodgers infield. Are the Dodgers eyeing a trade for Bo Bichette? Yep, you heard that right. The Blue Jays might be considering selling, and Bichette could be the missing piece the Dodgers need to boost their lineup. But before we get into all that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications because you do not want to miss this one. All right, let's talk Bo Bichette. The Blue Jays have been struggling this season. They currently have the third worst run differential in the American League. Not exactly the mark of a serious contender. And according to MLB insider Buster Olney, there's buzz that Toronto might be open to selling key players, including Bichette. Now, why would the Dodgers be interested in Bichette? Let's look at the numbers. Bichette is slashing .277 / .315 / .368 with 16 RBIs this season. Not bad, right? He's a two-time All-Star, former AL hits leader, and he's only 27 years old. Meanwhile, Max Muncy, who's been a staple in our infield, is having a pretty rough season. His batting line, .176 / .308 / .278. Ouch! It's clear that Muncy just isn't producing at the plate like he used to. So, what could Bichette bring to the Dodgers? For starters, he could allow Mookie Betts to shift back to second base, a position where he's been stellar defensively. Plus, Bichette's consistent bat could add some much-needed stability to the lineup, especially given the injuries and inconsistencies we've been dealing with. But let's keep it real, acquiring Bichette won't come cheap. the Blue Jays aren't just going to give up a two-time All-Star without a hefty return. Are the Dodgers willing to part with some top prospects? Would they consider including Muncy in the deal? And how would that impact the chemistry in the clubhouse? Bottom line, if the Blue Jays decide to sell, the Dodgers have a golden opportunity to strengthen their infield and potentially solidify their postseason run. But is Bichette the right move? Should we give up on Muncy just yet? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm dying to hear your takes. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more Dodgers updates, and as always, go Dodgers!